Hi there, welcome back to Apatros Review. In this episode, Cruel Intentions 3, directed by Scott Zeal in the year 2004. Hi there, welcome back to Apatros Review, your guide to the wild world of science fiction action horror cinema with me, your host, Mila Sipka. If you want to spell my name, just look at the channel name. Now in this episode, we'll look at the film Cruel Intentions 3, which was the third and final installment in the Cruel Intentions trilogy, and, Cruel Intentions 2 was actually a prequel, so this is the only true sequel to the film, even though none of the characters of the first two films appear in it. It was directed by Scott Zeal in the year 2004. It was a direct-to-video film, mostly for cable television in America. It came out in America on the 25th of May 2004, in the US, in Australia on the 7th of July 2004, and in the UK on the 12th of July 2004. Now, this is only true sequel to the infamous 1999 modernized adaptation of the old French novel Dangerous Liaisons, and the original film was set amongst the depraved students of the New York El Richo community. Cruel Intentions 2 Manchester Prep was technically a prequel. Actually, technically it was a TV series that failed, and they basically re-edited the two pilot episodes and put them together to make a film. I'll explain more about that when the film's time comes up. Now, this utterly worthless piece of direct-to-video crap that came out in 2004 is essentially a lesson on how low some people will go to one-up each other to the point that really terrible things happen and innocent people get hurt. The film is centered around two young men who are both nasty people and who like to seduce and dump their college's complement of young women for monetary bets and bragging rights, until they find their match in Cassidy Merteuil, the younger cousin of the infamous Catherine Merteuil, played by Sarah Michelle Gellar in the original film, who is now in a methadone clinic following the events of the original film. Remember, the Cruel Intentions 2 was a prequel and set a couple of years earlier. And Cassie was forced to flee to California to escape the family name's trashing, and the two boys decide to try to compete on who gets to bed her first. As the film progresses, several women are seduced, one poor woman is sexually assaulted, but one of the boys ends up being arrested and the remaining boy gets a chance to woo Cassie for real. I tend to dislike using my film reviews to engage in political debates, but in this case this is unavoidable and the subject matter of Cruel Intentions 3 is too good an opportunity to pass up. In the early 2000s, shitty films like this, and like for example, Poison Ivy had a fourth film which is set around this time called Poison Ivy: The Secret Society, while things had a bunch of sequels as well, and this pretty much came up. Now, films like this were released that practically created the whole idea of American colleges being targets of so-called rape culture, and I strongly suspect that many of today's young feminists had probably seen these awful films and decided to use them as fuel to engage in a leftist quest to destroy the integrity of the male sex. While there have been some sexual assaults in real life, the reality is that these incidents are isolated, hopefully. Although films like Cruel Intentions 3 did a fair bit to stoke the feminist fire. Not to mention that the feminist movement tends to use just about any excuse to attack men, and although the fact is that the colleges of today are filled with worthless subjects like gender studies and race theory, both being nothing more than socialist lies spread to destroy the free society our forefathers sacrificed their lives to protect, it has done more to fuel this dumpster fire of a movement. This film is nothing more than a series of pointless power games between three very morally deficient young people who should all be in jail for the crimes they have committed. One character actually says the sex is about hurting people, which shows how sick in the head that young bastard is. And no way is this truer than the showdown when Cassidy stages a sexual assault to corner Patrick in to win the bet. They even go so far as to provide all the staged evidence to prove the false claim. But what they don't know is Patrick had actually committed a real sexual assault on another female student in order to show up his own worthless bet. So Patrick gets arrested on 2 accounts of sexual assault, one made up, one real, and Cassie and Jason get to share each other's company for good, having won their bet and going to make more power games between the two of them. I really, really hate this film's story since it does nothing but put bad ideas in the minds of impressionable young people. Although, by the way, the US cable TV version's extra footage not found in the Australian DVD release, where Cassie and Jason goes to the police station to file witness statements about the fakest assault they concocted. If that was included, the Aussie printer would make this dumb stuff out of a film more easy for young idiots to copy. So at least we Aussies have been spared that crap. For those parents and impressionable young people out there who encounter their kids watching something like this, do your best to keep this film out of their hands, because some ideas, like the ones in this film, are too dangerous to be let loose in certain people's minds. And to be honest, the film also has a bit of a made-for-TV look, so it looks like a telepic, if it's more of a direct-to-video film. Now there's no gore, but that's not to say that the film isn't nasty, only that the real damage occurs in a more romantic sort of context. Now for nudity, not that this is the type of film to showcase too much bare skin, but there are two pairs of breasts seen, one from Tara Carroll and one from Elizabeth MacDonald, as a pair of young conquests about two sick bastards who play the main pair. Within a couple of minutes of each other, they bare their breasts while they have sex with these two bastards. Now, Cruel Intentions 3 sinks to the bottom of the barrel of a D-. This is terrible, mind-rotting stuff made by people who should know better. As for the DVD, it looks like this film's region for DVD only seems to be available in the Cruel Intentions box set. I picked these up as an ex-rental for a really cheap price, which has all three films in separate DVD cases and covers. The film has a lot of post-processing grain in it, which is visible if you watch it on high-definition TV, and seems to be shot in the manner and style one of those crappy early 2000s cable telepics marketed for the youth market. There are 4 soundtracks, English, French, Italian, Spanish all in 5.1, and 24 subtitle tracks including English, so I don't think many people will be unable to understand this film in either dub or sub. The only supplement is a series of 5 preview trailers for other films in the Columbia TriStar catalog. Keep away from this film as much as you can. It's pure garbage. So, Cruel Intentions 3 gets a D-. It's just one of the most morally bankrupt films I've ever come across. Now, I don't know if they still make films like this today. I mean, most of the topics you see today, like Christmas ones or those David Code ones called The Wrong Teacher, The Wrong Friend, The Wrong Wedding Plan, stuff like that. Not my kind of thing. Anyway, if you do come across this film, do not get it. It's just absolute crap. So it gets a D-, 1 out of 10. Now, I don't do requests, but if you want to know of a particular film or even a certain theme you want me to check out, just hit within the science fiction, action, horror genres. Just hit me up in the comments section. I'll let you know if there's one coming up. Also, if you have any questions about DVDs I would like to answer, I can help you with that. Okay. Hope you guys enjoy this. Stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and that's it for this review.